Chief executive of the organization was, I got a phone call first from my director of emergency services letting me know what was going on, so I turned the television on and saw what was happening because it was being covered by all the news around everywhere from Philadelphia and probably even New York stations. All they had the helicopters covering it. That as human beings we have a tendency to, with time, we forget. And we move away from things, and it's until something else happens that we actually can get back into that, remembering what happened then and why didn't we do something about it. The call I got was a call at home on my cell phone from Sharon Stone, the actress. And she was calling. In fact, at first when she called and I answered and she said, "This is Sharon Stone." And I'm thinking like, okay, sure it is. Who knew about this and who's pulling my leg? And then I'm listening to the voice and I thought, wow, somebody's doing the voice really well. Realized it was her, but it was big, partly because of loss of life, but also because of all the media attention. The fact that this was captured on live TV, that the news that night was the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock news stories were live footage of what was going on, this fire that was happening and continued explosions around it. So people, whenever they see something like that, it increases I think the need for people to do something, the desire to do something. I take it back to the San Francisco earthquake of I want to say 89, but is that when I can't remember the Loma Prieta? Yeah, exactly. And the fact that happened on live TV, and so many people were tuned into the TV because of the World Series. And so there was a tremendous outpouring in response to that because we all saw these collapsed buildings and these bridges and things and just thought there must be massive loss of life, which there really was not what we expected from what the images showed, but the outpouring to that and the response from the public was overwhelming. It certainly played a role, without a doubt. First, of course, foremost was the television. Because people that had the television on or heard about it and turned their TV on and saw it live, so that was a huge impact to see those visual. But I am certain that there were people in the close to the affected area that were tweeting and putting things out on Facebook immediately to let people know, like, did you hear that? Did you feel that? What was that? Those kinds of things were coming out. And for myself, I will tell you that once I got to that to Ag Hall, where we had people evacuating to, one of the things I said after I got there and saw what was happening, and I spoke to Director of Communications, and I said, "Is there anybody here with the capability of putting this out on Facebook and tweeting this? What's going on?" And one of our volunteers who helps us with that was there. And so he was right on it with his smartphone, starting to get it out from that location. So we were getting the story out. Obviously, it played a big role. So many people live in that medium today and use that for their means of communication. So it was, I'm sure, big in getting the message out. Well, I think that we learned here that it is a valuable tool and we need to be using it more, and more of us need to be equipped to use it. I know myself, I'm going to a training next month down in Leesburg, Virginia, in fact, at the National Training Center on specifically on this. It's a new training. I say it's not new training. It's training that's been around, but they're adopting it for people like me as regional CEOs, so that we're going to be. I now had to get my own account, my own Twitter account and Skype account and those kinds of things, so that I'm going to be trained and equipped to do that, because it's just something that I haven't done. I mean, think of things that have happened around the world in recent years, tragic events such as the Japanese earthquake and tsunami, and the messages that we were getting out from there that were coming out through Facebook and through tweeting and so forth. It's absolutely a valuable tool to get the message out, and we need to do a better job of it.